Hi, everyone, and welcome to TW Teleproductions North Coast Game of the Week. There are your adversaries for this week, Margaretta against Oak Harbor, and we are going to take you into the Iceberg at Margaretta High School in Castalia for tonight's SBC Bay Division battle. And a big one because if the Polar Bears win this game, they get a piece of the SBC Bay Division Championship, which would be only their third conference crown and their first since 2004. And if Huron would win on the very same night, then they would share the Bay Division Championship, as both of these teams, Huron and Margaretta, have beaten every team in the Bay Division twice except each other. They split with each other, and this would complete that sweep and give the Bears a piece of the SBC crown. And it is obviously seniors night, being the final home game for all of the Polar Bear seniors. Our pregame is brought to you by Noble Axes, axe throwing in downtown Sandusky at Marketplace at the Cook. We saw Nathan Schaefer and Ben Palomo being escorted onto the court as well for the final time in their illustrious high school basketball careers. Well, I don't know. What's the theme this week? Green Acres?
Olds Night.
Oh, it's yeah. That's I do remember seeing it as Olds Night. The elderly. I'm so glad I wasn't there. I would have fit way much too much into that crowd. The Polar Bears hungry for an SBC championship. For Huron, if they would win and tie, it would be their first since the 2016-17 season, but would be their 17th conference crown. Oldies night. Do we really look like this? Do we really look olds? These guys are fitting right in with the theme, aren't they? It's just like, we're going to join the students on this night. Your Fan of the Week is up next, and it's brought to you by Snow Trails Winter Resort in Mansfield, hosting the big carnival this weekend as well.
Jeff Nielsen.
Jeff Nielsen is our Fan of the Week, and I think either he's got 16 outfits that are just like that, or else he wears the same one every week. I'm not quite sure which of the two, but congratulations, Jeff. You are our honorary Fan of the Week. Snow Trails Winter Resort in Mansfield. Want some wintertime fun? Check out the carnival this weekend. Well, and what better place for Snow Trails to be sponsoring than the Iceberg in Castalia, with a polar bear busting through the wall on the far end, and an iconic location. And this would be, I don't know, you get kind of mixed feelings. You hear all about them building the new school and all this, and Drew Gall has told me if it comes to fruition, he's already got plans for the new broadcast location within the new Iceberg. And, you know, you still look at this place and you think, man, it'd be kind of sad to leave a place like this. There's Eric Sweet in the background, the Oak Harbor coach, along with Steve Keller, the Margaretta coach, and Margaretta Athletic Director Drew Gall, Athletic Director, PA announcer, floor mopper, door closer, opener. Man, he fills just about every role out there in Castalia and does a great job. And Eric Sweet, of course, for those of you familiar with Norwalk High School, Dave Sweet, a 1972 graduate, is the father of Eric. So he is back in the area coaching, which is always good to see. That's a cheap plug also for the fact that our class of 72 at Norwalk High School, for which Dave and I were both involved, have our 50th reunion this year. You want to talk about Olds Night? There you go. These are what you call game faces as the Polar Bears get ready to shoot for an SBC championship tonight at the home of the Polar Bear. The Iceberg in Castalia, your North Coast Game of the Week, is coming up next. Yep, this is pretty much what we've been experiencing for the last several days, and promises of more to come. Marketplace at the Cook is ready to bring you our first quarter of action from the Iceberg in Castalia.
Swamp Road going out to Bay.
Swamp Road. We leave no stones unturned here on our North Coast Game of the Week scenery. All right, here we go with Oak Harbor controlling the opening tip. And right off the bat, quickly, Kyle Glazer, the first basket of the game, and Oak Harbor draws first blood. You know, you worry sometimes. I think kids are a lot different because they don't feel half of what we think they're supposed to feel. But the nerves of excitement of winning an SBC championship, if it would cause issues, if it would cause problems or certain mental things you have to overcome. But Margaretta, as we'll see throughout this opening half of play, just comes out extremely focused. Of course, this guy, Jake Leibacher, he is always extremely focused and doing just about anything it takes to give his team a chance to pull off a victory. Rebound for Palomo. Leibacher on the offensive glass. Polar Bears at work early with his 2-2 tie. Polar Bears are not a team that forces a lot of shots. They'll be patient. They don't mind running the ball and getting the break. But if patience is what it takes to get a shot like that, and that's what they'll do. And boy, you can get a nice look at the Village turnout in Castalia to see the possibility of the Polar Bears pulling off an SBC crown and another banner to go up on the wall. So after Oak Harbor scores first, and Eric Sweet giving the official an earful, saying that, yeah, there's what he was talking about. It really was kind of innocent. It was a lot more dramatic when Eric demonstrated it to the official. But the Bears off to a 7-2 lead on the Cam Sosa long ball, and then the Polar Bear defense goes to work with Nathan Schaefer or Hayden Wiley, and the rebound by Sosa. Well, so any little nervousness that might be there as we go to our red zone replay for Restore Pro, a 9-2 start kind of takes care of a lot of that, and that's just good fundamental basketball and hard work on the offensive glass by Cameron Sosa. And you can see how pumped the Bears are by that quick start. And Eric Sweet repeating its argument to the official about, hey, be careful and watch for cheaters. Thanks for your support from the following businesses on the North Coast Game of the Week. Matthews Ford, Toft Funeral Home and Crematory, Hermes Parker Concrete, Noble Axes, Payne Nichols and Company, Sandusky Steel and Supply, Steinemann Hefner Insurance, EHOVE Career Center, Groff Funeral Homes and Crematory, well, let's see if the Polar Bears can sustain this early run. It's 9 straight points after Oak Harbor opened the scoring. A 3-ball rebounded by Hahn off the miss from Keegan Dirtle. A great hustle by Ben Palomo. And Leibacher cashes in. Another look here at the hustle by Palomo. Falling to the floor keeps that ball alive in perfect shape for Leibacher to finish. The only thing better than a 9-2 start is an 11-2 start. And it's the defense, again, that kind of turned it over to the offense to make that possession successful. More defense from Sosa, getting the break started for Nathan Schaefer. And the Bears are on a run. And the neat thing is the attack after the turnover. Turnovers are one thing, but it's what you do with the turnovers after you get them. And as soon as the turnover happens, you can see the Bears outrunning. And Palomo knew where Schaefer was. Let the ball go, and Schaefer gets an easy 2. So the big start makes the old folks happy in the home. And causes Eric Sweet to use his second timeout of the first quarter.
Signs of good business. Keep it local. Brady Signs. Toft, Funeral Home and Crematory. Stephen J. Toft, owner. S&H Blinds and Floors. Wendy's. The Crimus Company, Asphalt, Concrete, and Excavation. Pizza House West.
Frustrated Coach Sweet in front of the bench as he watched his team fall down by 11 points early. Scoring the first 2 points of the game, looking good in doing so, and then watching Margaretta score 13 in a row until they finally stop that run and make it a 13-4 contest. It's good defense by Hayden Hauer. Otherwise, Leibacher would have pulled the trigger on that 3. And the good defense continues on the steal by T.J. Hallett. Hallett, the primary offensive threat for the Rockets, hence the defensive assignment drawn by Jake Leibacher. Keegan Dirtle makes it 4 in a row for the Rockets. Schaefer had thoughts. The traveling violation will keep the momentum in the favor of Oak Harbor. Coach Sweet with a few words for Hayden Hauer. Seeing a lot of focus and a lot of intensity on the defensive end. Till Ben Palomo gets called on a block. T.J. Hallett just missing on the long ball, and Ben Palomo gets the break rolling. And again, this is one of the traits of Margaretta's team. Anybody that rebounds the ball can run it up the floor and try and get their instant offense going. Nathan Schaefer. Good job by Oak Harbor's defensive hustling back and getting the ball slowed down in the backcourt to slow down the Margaretta attack a bit. Hayden Wiley likes that corner. And for a big kid, totally capable of knocking down these long balls. Penetration draws the defense. That leaves Wiley open for a 16-6 Margaretta lead. So any worries about the Bears coming out nervous or anxious? Maybe anxious is okay because they really have taken a lot of energy onto the floor early in this game. That's pretty much the game face of Steve Keller all the time. He is indeed an intense competitor. Kyle Glazer unable to hit from behind the arc. So Margaretta will try. And it's Glazer on the rebound. Glazer on the baseline drive. Going to try and cash in at the free throw line. There's your Civista Bank scoreboard showing Margaretta with the 8-point lead early in the contest. Offensive rebound for Jake Leibacher. Oak Harbor in possession once again with Ethan Stokes controlling the offense. This trip up the floor coming down to the final minute of play here in our first quarter. Stokes on the drive. A little volleyball on the rebound. And it goes to Margaretta. Some of that patience and into the final minute of working the ball, working the clock with a lead of 16-8. Gage Bodie makes that possession work. And it's the Polar Bears by 10. TJ Hallett drawing a lot of attention from the Margaretta defense, and for good reason. 1 quarter in the books and a super opening quarter for Margaretta as they take a double-digit lead into quarter number 2 on our North Coast Game of the Week. And, of course, a trip to the pond always... It's not the pond.
Bayview.
It's Bayview. Just looks like the pond, and you got a close shot like that, and the scene is much the same kind of activity no matter where you go. And the ice at this time of year, folks, it's only safe for the geese. Don't be trying that stuff with all the cracks and stuff that have developed. It is... second quarter with Margaretta holding that 10-point advantage over Oak Harbor, as you can see in our Civista Bank scoreboard. Good start for the second quarter with Nathan Schaefer dialing up long distance. See, Nathan wanted that when he had the opening to get those shoulders squared up and drill the three. 21-8. Polar Bears in the early stages of the second quarter. Hayden Wiley on the glass and Nathan Schaefer starting the break. Rebound for Keegan Dirtle for Oak Harbor, who will graduate 4 seniors off this year's basketball team. TJ Hallett just bangs it off the back of the iron. Margaretta doing the same thing with 4 seniors. Gage Bodie instantly looking to get the momentum going Margaretta's way off that defensive rebound. Another long one for Hayden Wiley. Same spot he hit the first one. Don't give him that corner. Yet they do, and that's the price they pay. reaching foul on the Polar Bears along the baseline. One shot and out. Ben Palomo taking care of business on the defensive boards. And that's Schaefer. Just off the back of the iron as the Polar Bears' 15-point lead continues into Oak Harbor's possession with Michael Lalonde to the hole. Cutting that lead to 23-10. It's fun to look into the stands and see not much room out there. And now out top, Wiley's all over the place with those long balls. 3 of them here in the first half. See Leibacher not giving much breathing room to TJ Hallett. Wiley with the rebound and the outlet for Schaefer. Pretty good up-close look at that foul call, which will give the Polar Bears a chance at a 3-point play. Ben Palomo. Sometimes things just work out that way. Stay tuned. That could be a new segment next year on the Game of the Week, the Belly Cam.
I was a little too close there, man.
Too close for comfort. Entry pass knocked away by Palomo to Sosa, who instantly gets the Polar Bears up the floor on offense. TJ Hallett with a good job of cutting off the baseline drive there by Leibacher. Jake will go long, come up short. And over the back foul on Cam Sosa. Polar Bears cautious with Sosa and Wiley with 2 fouls at this stage of the game. A good ball movement by the Pirates. It results, or by the Polar Bears, results in a foul on Zach Clune. And 2 for, as Steve Keller calls him, Benny Buckets. Palomo, just a good shooter. And look at Margaretta's lead at 20 points on our Civista Bank scoreboard. Not for long, though, as Michael Lalonde takes care of business for Oak Harbor. He cut it to 18. Palomo working hard down low, getting the man wide open in the corner and finding that man, Cam Sosa. Got all of the defenders inside. You know there's going to be somebody out there. And this time Sosa delivers. 21-point advantage. And you look at the Oak Harbor bench, it's like, man, these guys are just on fire. What are we supposed to do? Polar Bears definitely came into this game on a mission, as they basically did all season long. You talk to the players and they'll tell you how much they wanted that SBC banner up on the wall for this group that's been playing a lot of basketball together over the last 3-4 years in Castalia. Cam Sosa keeping the possession alive for Margaretta. That offensive putback off the backside from Nathan Schaefer. This is Bringing the Heat, and it's brought to you by Gunlock Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Refrigeration. Basketball 101. Over 60% of shots thrown up from the side go over the basket. So the key is get yourself in position for backside rebounds. Percentages prove out right here. And look at Nathan Schaefer. Right where he needs to be for the easy putback. That's just kind of basketball instinct. You don't want to not trust your teammates, but you have to expect the shot's going to miss. Get yourself in position for the follow. That's Bringing the Heat, and it's brought to you by Gunlock Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Refrigeration on Columbus Avenue in Sandusky. Nathan Schaefer forcing the action a little bit, draws another personal foul on the Rockets. And the Polar Bears try and extend a 23-point advantage. Not this time. I'm telling you, watching Eric Sweet coaching the sidelines takes me back about 50 years. His dad was such a great player. Eric ended up being one of the fine players for his dad over at Ottawa Glandorf High School. And now doing a nice job with this Oak Harbor Rocket basketball program. Boy, a deep three out of the corner. Ethan Stokes. Well, that's just a great offensive possession. Offensive rebound by Leibacher. Palomo attacks. Leibacher sees him coming. It results in an easy two. This is hard work amongst three Rockets. So obviously somebody's open. There's Palomo. Easy two. The more you watch these guys play together, the more you appreciate it, and the more you even turn the clock ahead to next year and realize how much you're going to miss seeing this bunch play together. But as far as Margaretta is concerned, lots of basketball yet to play this year, being the top seed in their district. Time winding down in our first half. Margaretta with one last shot at trying to extend that 20-point lead. Who better? Who better? 40-17 at the break, as Margaretta has come with a mission, and so far they are spot on. Good ball movement by the Polar Bears on the last possession. And really, Jake doesn't have a tremendous amount of room, as Ethan Stokes is in his face, but you're not going to shoot way out there. Oh, yeah, I am. So a great first half for the Polar Bears, and so far, half their mission is accomplished. One half to go when we return with our second half action on your North Coast Game of the Week. And as Mother Nature had sure finest right there. You get the sun shining in those ice-glazed trees. It is something to behold. The Old Fish House in Huron with knickknacks, snacks, and BS facts ready to launch into our third quarter of action here on your North Coast Game of the Week. That is just beautiful. Not fun to drive in, but it's fun to look at it for sure. There's your story at the first half. Margaretta with a 23-point lead heading into our second half. Now, obviously, you've established yourself in this ball game in a pretty good position, and the challenge is to keep it up in half number two. Defense successful on the first trip up the floor. little reaching foul on the Bears in the backcourt. And there's Leibacher at work at the defensive end with a strip of Hallett. Ben Palomo on the defensive glass for Margaretta. Boy, that's almost unfair. You suck all the defense to one side of the floor, and then rocket that pass from one side to the other. And Hayden Wiley with his 4th 3 of the ball game. Aiden Hauer at the basket for Oak Harbor. 43-19 is the Margaretta advantage at this point. Nice work on the defensive side by Howard to steal a possession for the Rockets. You know, it's tough when you find yourself down by that many points on the scoreboard, but Coach Sweet still has his kids playing hard and contesting and making things as difficult as possible for the Bears. Michael Lalonde on the steal and the run out for the Rockets. Yeah, just make sure the focus stays intact right here as Steve Keller takes a timeout. Special thanks going out to the following supportive businesses on the North Coast Game of the Week.
Signs of good business. Keep it local. Crush Wine Bar. Noble Axes. Axe Throwing. Dockside Cafe. And Pier Pub Bar and Grill.
Jake Leibacher, done that a few times in his career. He goes right to work at the defensive end. This is your Facebook Play of the Game, brought to you by Civista Bank. Leibacher has one of the most explosive moves to the basket of any high school player I've ever seen. He can just leave you in a trail of dust in no time. We're sad to see this kid move on, but excited to see what he can do at the next level as well. That is your Facebook Play of the Game, and it's sponsored by Civista Bank. Short jumper by Nathan Schaefer kept everybody on the edge of their seats, but it finally decides to drop in. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, how many times can you hit the rim before the ball falls in? I did it 9 times one time. Matthews Ford brings you your second look. The Nathan Schaefer basket. Full of Bears with a 26-point advantage right here, halfway through quarter number 3. Another look for Matthews Ford of defense of Margaretta. Palomo managing to get a hand on the ball, but Lalonde was trying to get up to the basket. Oak Harbor holds on to possession. For a short time anyway. Or Leibacher does his thing, setting Nathan Schaefer up. Well, that's been done a few times too, and that's awful sweet. It is Hayden Wiley for Jake Leibacher, and that's just playing a lot of basketball together, knowing what the other guy is going to do. It is your Sandusky Bay Pancake House pancake play of the game as you watch Schaefer hit Palomo on the right wing, and then Wiley for the alley-oop down low. That is a thing of beauty. Your Sandusky Bay Pancake House pancake play of the game. Pretty assist for Wiley to Leibacher, and there's the story with Margaretta holding a 28-point lead. And you might see a little bit of frustration starting to set in for Oak Harbor. And why not? You're playing a team that you think you're defending pretty well, but they just are one step ahead of the game. Rebound for Zach Clune. TJ Hallett been a little bit on the quiet side. Because obviously he's attracted a lot of attention from the Margaretta defense. Not leaving Wiley alone in that corner anymore. Hallett drawing the defensive attention from Schaefer. And that leaves the ball open in the corner for the three for Oak Harbor. Anything you can do. Hayden Wiley again. What's that? 5 of them in this game. That's his favorite spot too, right down on that corner. Yep. Love the reaction to the bench. Shoot him, big boy. Their second look for Matthews Ford. And now Margaretta has doubled the Rockets at 52-26. Free throws for TJ Hallett. Hallett at this point of the game with only 4 points, so you got to say Margaretta's defense has been spot on. And when your big scorer is having trouble scoring, it just makes things that much more frustrating for everybody else. You have to say that Margaretta's defense came focused and ready to go. Polar Bears got that quick start in this game after Oak Harbor knocked down the first basket, and they have just not let Oak Harbor back into this game. How's that for that extra pass? Foul from behind on Jackson Overmeyer. And Leibacher will cash him in at the free throw line. I guess really that's the beauty of this Margaretta team when they're operating at their best as well, is the fact that Leibacher doesn't have to have a huge night for this team to be successful. There's just so many kids that are capable of lighting it up. This night especially. Wiley from three-point land. And when your defense attracts so much attention to Leibacher, it's kind of like picking your poison. Somebody else has the possibility coming up to hurt you. Leibacher with a calculated risk right there, trying to knock the ball away, but drawing the foul to keep the Rockets from scoring on the break. Had Zach Clune trying to finish up the three-point play. Just before the third quarter buzzer, Margaretta with a substantial lead, 54-31, as we get ready for the final 8 minutes of basketball at the Iceberg. One more trip out to Bayview before our fourth quarter gets started, which is going to be sponsored by Cameo Pizza, serving you since 1936. Now that is wintertime at its finest right there. And Margaretta at its finest. As we open up the fourth quarter, got the Polar Bears totally in charge at 8 minutes from the official crowning of the SBC co-champions. Turnover change back and forth. Colson Beal getting the break started, and a nice block down at the defensive end for Oak Harbor. Leibacher controlling the defensive board. Mason Miller be heading to the free throw line. Mason Miller, one of the four Margaretta seniors, playing their last game at the Iceberg. And I guess that technically is not true. It's the night they're recognized for their careers in Castelia, but the Bears would have another game following night against Toledo Bowsher to wrap up regular season play. No particular reason for Margaretta to hurry right here in getting a shot off, working for the best shot available. And there you go, Cameron Sosa with the payoff. Be interesting to go back and look at this possession and count up the passes that Margaretta makes before coming up with the shot that eventually pays off for a couple. That's a nice instinct right there, too. It's just that baseline drive. If it's open, go strong. And Sosa doesn't back off, powers that ball in for another two. The Bears not relaxing at all on that defensive end, where they continue to lead this one big. Ben Palomo to the free throw line. One out of two at the line for the Margaretta senior. Pretty impressive defensive board or offensive board by Ethan Stokes. Eric Sweet, despite his club being down by a bunch, not stopping the coaching. Thanks to the following businesses for supporting the North Coast Game of the Week: J Bistro in downtown Sandusky, NOMS Podiatric Medicine and Surgery, Goodtime Lake Erie Cruises, Cook Aluminum, BGSU Firelands College, Groff Funeral Homes and Crematory, EHOVE Career Center, Cameo Pizza. There's your Civista Bank scoreboard with the Bears leading it by 25. Frustrating night all the way around for TJ Hallett. Well, Nathan Schaefer in the right place at the right time as the ball pops loose, and he's right there to lay it in. Sosa trying to force that ball into the paint. A lot of Polar Bears on hand. Ball pops around and knocked loose by Sosa. And there's Schaefer to clean it up. Kyle Glazer with the reverse layup. Good looking drive for the Oak Harbor senior. Sosa did a good job of cutting off that driving lane, but Glazer took the next best alternative. (61-36) is the Margaretta lead. Well, that's just Jake Leibacher being Jake Leibacher. And no change in the expression, just down the floor, play defense. That is a thing of beauty. And what a mark Jake Leibacher has left on this Margaretta basketball program, with lots more fun yet to go this year. Hopefully on the tournament trail as far as the Bears are concerned. And when you look ahead to tournament time and think of how many weapons this Margaretta team has, and you've got the main man leading the charge in Leibacher, but a tough out they're going to be in the tournament. Another great possession here by Margaretta. Mason Miller off that baseline screen. And that leaves Cam Sosa open for the cut to the basket for an easy two. Just another example of how well these guys play together. Amazing thing about that one is it didn't go in. And it just Leibacher creating a whole lot of fun right now. And take a bow, Nathan Schaefer, Ben Palomo, Jake Leibacher, as it's time to put some other bodies onto the floor. Gage Bodie out top for the Bears. And that is Colson Beal. Take another look for Matthews Ford as Beal weaves through traffic into the paint and finds a range on that short jump shot. And adds 2 more onto the Polar Bear total. 67-39. Mason Miller, Cam Sosa, Evan Miller, out of bounds. Alden Gibson with a shot blocked and taken away by Ethan Stokes. Gage Bodie quickly off the defensive glass. Couldn't get the wheels stopped. And Oak Harbor takes possession. Judson Overmeyer shooting free throws for Oak Harbor. Alden Gibson in the paint with a nice backdoor feed down low to Gage Bodie. Well, Gibson gets the assist. Always looking at the basket. And Bodie finding that opening on the back door to get an easy 2. Gibson on the rebound for Margaretta. As the Polar Bears inch closer. Tell you, here's a kid that can shoot the basketball. He's going to be fun to watch next year, Evan Miller. He can do a little bit of everything. He'll shoot from the outside, and he'll pound it down low and be physical at times as well. You're not going to come out and get me? Well, watch this. Quick. Miller telling Gibson, they ain't going to come out and guard me. I'm going to shoot. Margaretta's lead at 32 as Hayden Craig goes to the free throw line. There's the story on your Civista Bank scoreboard as the Polar Bears wind it down and now can begin to celebrate. They got themselves an SBC Bay Division Championship, first league crown since 2004. And they were prepared. This is something that the Polar Bears have really earned. A lot of hard work, dedication put into that gym. Well, first championship since 2004 when Troy Roth was head coach. Jake Meisler actually played.
2022 SBC Bay Division champions.
Well, that's really neat to see. And now even the old folks, I don't know, this shouldn't be in their diet. This stuff can be harmful for folks that age. The ceremonial cutting of the nets, all of this to head into the trophy case and the banner that'll go up onto the wall that these kids will be able to come back into the gym in years to come watching some of the younger Polar Bears play and always know that they got that big championship up on the wall, and only the third time in the history of Margaretta that they have won a conference crown. But it's like they rehearse this. They get the little piece of net, they turn around, smile for the camera. There you go. Perfect, Hayden. And the Polar Bears sharing the Bay Division crown with the Huron Tigers, who beat Willard on the same night. 17 crowns for Huron. This is the third for Margaretta, so this indeed is something special for the Polar Bears. Rod Smith, the ceremonial scissors handler, principal at Margaretta. Congratulations to head coach Steve Keller and the Margaretta Polar Bears on their conference championship, and now as the number one seed in their district. Best of luck on the tournament trail, which is yet to come, and hopefully even better things ahead and in store there. When we join you again next week on the North Coast Game of the Week, it's on to the tournament trail once again, so stay tuned for all the fun that'll be coming in the next several weeks. But don't throw those at me, just hand them to me, thank you. Smile. Yep, that'll do it. Your SBC Bay Division champions. Players, cheerleaders, oldies, all alike in there for 2022. And now the autograph session and all. They don't miss a trick in Castalia. Congratulations, Polar Bears, Bay Division champs of the SBC 2022.
Hey guys, I got the first one. It's the